class, my name is Teacher Alicia and our topic for today is all about harmony. So our objective for today is identify what is harmony, and the second is we will listen to and analyze to describe music. So the topic that we tackle is all about harmony, and after we discuss what is harmony, you need to listen the music of harmony. The materials that we need is computer or laptop and flashcards. So can we review the past lesson that we tackled yesterday? I have two questions for you, and number one, what are the elements of music that we tackled yesterday? Anyone can answer, please? Okay. So, number two is, what is rhythm? Okay, thank you. So, meron tayong activity ngayon. Ang unang activity na papagawa ko sa inyo ay, meron ako inihandang isang video na papanoodin nyo about harmony. Pagkatapos, kailangan nyo magbigay ng insight about doon, kung ano yung naintindihan nyo dun sa video, kasi tutorial yun yung papanood ko sa inyo. Okay? Start na.
Hi, in this session we're going to be looking at the triads that form the basis of harmony, and then we're going to work out how we work with the triads to look at a melody that we might want to harmonize. In other words, a melody that we want to choose chords for, so the whole thing sounds good. We've done a bit of this in earlier grades, and if you've come to this afresh, you might want to look back at some of the grades 1 to 5 material just to work out what's going on with chords. But I'm going to start with a brief kind of refresher, and we'll move on fairly quickly to see how we're going to do this conversion from working with the triads to actually writing some harmony, which is where music starts to get very exciting. So, let's work in the key of C major. And here's a stave, and in order to find the triads for the key of C major, I'm going to begin by writing the scale of C major. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now I could write C at the top in order to complete the scale, but from the point of view of triads, I'll end up with the same triad of the C at the top as I've got of the C at the bottom, so I don't particularly need that top note to work out the triads. Now what I do in order to have the triads is to put the third note and the fifth note above each of these notes. So C is the first note, here's C. Well, obviously E is a third above C, and the fifth above C is G. So that's the first triad. Above D I'm going to do the same thing, so a third above D is F, and a fifth above D is A, so I've got what I call a root, a third, and a fifth. On to the next note, which is E. A third above E is G, and a fifth above E is B. So I have a root, which is E, a third, which is G, and a fifth, which is B. Let's carry on. So the next one's F, A, C. Then I have G, B, D. And then we have A, C, E, and B, D, F. And as I said before, if I had C at the top of the scale, I'd have C, E, G, which is just the same as C, E, G down here, which is why I don't need to repeat it. When it comes to labeling these triads, the convention is to do this using Roman numerals. So, if you see Roman numerals, you know you're talking about triads or chords. First degree of the scale, number 1. Second degree of the scale, number 2. The third one, number 3. And number number 5, number 6, and number 7. So now we've got the triads on each degree of the scale.
Activity 2. Our activity 2 is I will give you some harmony notes, then you will discuss it into the class. The first note is 8th note, the second note is treble clef, and the third one is bass clef. What is harmony? Harmony in music, the sound of two or more notes heard simultaneously. In practice, this broad definition can also include some instances of notes sounded one after other. So, yun nga, ang sabi doon, two or more notes heard. So, kapag di ba may banda, tapos naririnig niyo yung mga kumakanta, isa or dalawa, parang nagpapalitan sila, parang second voice yung isa. Yun yung harmony. In such cases, the ear perceived the harmony that would result if the note had sounded together. Yung ear natin yung nakaka-distinguish ng pagsasama-sama ng tunog, ng harmony sa isang banda. Kapag nga yung isang miyembro ng banda ay kumanta, tapos sasabayan siya ng isa. Ang ano na doon, diba, simultaneously yung kanta nila. Yun yung maririnig ng tayo natin na siya mismo yung melody and rhythm can exist without harmony. By far, the greatest part of the world music is non-harmonic. Mainly highly sophisticated musical styles, such as those of India and China, consist basically of unharmonized melodic lines and their rhythmic organization. Some now, parang greatest part doon ng mundo natin, hindi nila ginagamit sa music yung mga hindi harmonic yung nila, yung mga music nila, lalo na sa India at saka sa China. Hindi harmonize, hindi sila gumagamit masyado ng harmony sa kanilang mga kanta. So we have open harmony and close harmony. A chord is in close harmony, also called close position or close structure, if its notes are arranged within a narrow range, usually with no more than an octave between the top and bottom notes. In contrast, a chord in open harmony is also called open position or open structure. If there is more than an octave between the top and bottom notes, the more general term spacing describe how far apart the notes in a chord are voiced. A triad in close harmony has compact spacing, while one in open harmony is wider spacing. Papakita ko naman yung pictures. So, I give you some 5 questions to answer, and after that, you have an assignment. So, the 5 question is, what is harmony? What are the 2 elements of music that can exist without harmony? The third is, what is close harmony? What is the sign of harmony? And what is the sign of close harmony? And what is the sign for open harmony? So, your assignment is try to make a harmony by your groups. Group yourself by 4 or 5, then make a harmony. So thank you.